Hey, Wembley World Entertainment, and possibly one of the most bizarre stories has just happened regarding James Bond. And no, it's not about the whole issue Barbara Broccoli seems to have with Jen Salke and everyone over at Amazon, or vice versa. It's not about who's going to play the next James Bond. It's in fact about a lawsuit that this businessman who is trying to make a luxury resort is filing a lawsuit against the whole thing with James Bond to basically get the phrase Bond, James Bond, as well as the code name of 007, and nobody can even figure out why this guy wants this. We're going to have a look at the article. The article, it's just like mind-blowing, and no one has a clue why this guy is doing this, especially when you see like what he's actually doing, that he wants the whole James Bond brand. Basically, he wants free reign with the brand. He wants the name James Bond, he wants 007, he wants other things from James Bond. So, and it's nothing to do with making movies or anything. So let's have a look at this, because again, this is just nuts. So, the James Bond franchise is in danger of losing some of its most iconic trappings thanks to a new lawsuit. Per The Guardian, Austrian businessman Joseph Clendenst or something like that, who is currently building a $5 billion luxury resort across 6 artificial islands off the coast of Dubai, has filed numerous cancellation actions based on non-use in a bid to claim control of various aspects of the James Bond franchise and character. Among these are the phrase Bond, James Bond, as well as the monarch codename of 007. The suit purports that these and other iconic parts of the franchise have not been used across a variety of industries in a long enough time that the trademarks surrounding them have lapsed, which under UK and EU law would allow another party to offer a challenge to revoke those trademarks. Mark Cadell, a partner and patent authority at Withers and Rogers, said to the case that Clendenst, or whatever the hell his second name is challenging a number of UK and European Union trademark registrations for James Bond. The base of the European Union filing is that James Bond has not been used for the goods and services it protects, and that is likely to be the same base of the filings in the UK, Cadell added. These filings have been served to Danjak, I think is how you pronounce it, the company that currently holds the James Bond trademarks, and which works in conjunction with Eon, the company behind the James Bond theatrical productions. Following the date of the filing of the cancellations, Danjak has 2 months to submit their defense, Cadell continued. If Danjak want to keep these alive, they will need to engage in a trademark office action to show that they have used James Bond in the areas being challenged in the last 5 years. Clendenst or whatever appears to be a property developer based in Dubai, so it is hard to know what he is up to with Bond in the UK and Europe. So it's saying he must have some motive. He might be trying to clear the path for his own trademark application for Bond. That is the typical route, but he hasn't lodged one as yet. In any case, Danjak would certainly counter-challenge. James Bond is still well used and loved. I don't think that route would be straightforward for him, even if he was to win, Cadell concluded. So, then it's saying one of the most beloved and longest running pop culture franchises, James Bond's beginnings go all the way back to Sir Ian Fleming's 53 novel Casino Royale, and encompasses dozens of feature films, video games, and countless pieces of tie-in merchandise. Casino Royale director Martin Campbell previously stated that many of the popular actors whose names have come up to pick up the mantle of James Bond on the silver screen following Daniel Craig's exit from the role are simply too old to play the part. And it just kind of says what he was talking about. As you can see, no one seems to have a foggiest idea what this guy is up to. Like, why is a business developer who's building a luxury resort in Dubai, why he's challenging for the rights of James Bond? It makes absolutely no sense. There's something really weird about it. Will he win? No, probably not. And the reason being isn't because he's going up against a Hollywood machine or anything like that. It's because they have been using James Bond since Daniel Craig left. There has been more James Bond. Of course, Amazon got the rights to Amazon. Amazon got the rights to James Bond. And what did they do? They made that reality TV show on the car racing that was based off James Bond. Used the Bond music and everything. So right there and then, you already have, they've used the brand of Bond. There's been multiple other things that have been used, like aftershaves and stuff that still come out, that have 007 all over them. Watches, you name it. So yes, James Bond and 007 have been getting used constantly. It's just you don't see it because everyone thinks James Bond, the only way you're seeing something new for that is a movie. And of course, that's not actually the case. There's so many other moving elements to the whole brand, such as other merchandising, like, we can do aftershaves, t-shirts, games, you name it, they can do it. Anything that comes out with James Bond on it, that's them using the trademark. And the way you can tell that it's the case of using the trademark in any form and capacity is what this guy's going after is the fact that he's not just going after through the films. It's not like, well, they haven't made a film in the past 5 years, there go the rights go back to the holders and stuff, which is funny because Barbara Broccoli and her partner are actually the holders of that part of the whole thing. So who exactly is this guy sending it to, this lawsuit? Again, it's saying there this Danjak and Eon, where you'd think he would also have to probably send it to Amazon. It's such a bizarre story. The fact that this Austrian businessman developer is going, I want to claim James Bond. It's like, why? It's just like, no answer as to why. It's just like, you're just going, why? Why do you want to do that? And it's so strange. Again, I'm wondering now, will we get more information about this or whatnot? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Does it even get to trial to the point where a judge has to look at it and say, yeah, you haven't used the rights in the correct manner so the trademark can be open to whoever, or something on that line? They're probably going to actually fire one back against him, and I can't see him winning because, again, they have been using James Bond. So it's going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on. It's also such a baffling one to keep an eye on, and we need more information. We need to know why this guy wants it. A developer of all things. It's so strange. But with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.